So chapter 16 ends with Sydney and Adrian having sort of broken into this tattoo parlor to investigate what's going on with these potentially dangerous and illicit tattoos that are spreading throughout her school. And this is one of the first times we really see the two of them working together. We've watched them banter a few times and sort of reach this, even comfortable state. I hate to say that because she's not entirely comfortable yet, but they've made a lot of progress. But this is the first time they're working towards a common goal, and it's nice to see that, and it's especially nice that Sydney just assumes Adrian can do that. And there's a couple of reasons why. One is she's not threatened by him as much as some of the others, because she's got all these fears about vampires and dampiers, and he certainly falls into that category, but there's something non-threatening about him as opposed to the others, like Abe, who carries this crazy mobster reputation, or Eddie, who is so fierce and so strong that Sydney almost hates to ask him for help because she doesn't want to show weakness. There's something with Adrian that makes it easy for her to say, okay, let's go do this, and she doesn't have to perhaps worry about him the same way she does the others. The other thing is she hasn't coming off of this background with him that the others have. Everyone else, and readers will know this as well from the past series. We've seen Adrian hungover. We've seen him just make light of the most serious situations. We've just seen him fail a lot, and so people start to expect that of him. And Sydney doesn't have that past to go on. She's seen enough of his nature to know that he's kind of a wacky guy, but she kind of treats him the same way she does everybody, which is how she's been raised, which is with these very high expectations. And you can do this, you will do this, you don't feel sorry for yourself, be competent and take care of things. And so she just assumes, okay, we need this to be done, I've picked you, and we're gonna go do it. And that's a very different attitude than what others have had of him. The tattoos came about as sort of a natural progression of the alchemist tattoos. We discover what those are back in series 1. These golden tattoos the alchemists have, which incorporate a little bit of vampire blood, just enough to sort of give them a couple extra abilities. They tend to be pretty healthy and live long lives. And there's also a compulsion spell worked in to keep alchemists from revealing details about the vampire world. And in thinking about that, this drawing back on the history of alchemists, these medieval scientists who deal with both magic and science, such as it is, it seemed like a natural progression to why not make metal binding tattoos that can do other things? Could you hold a drug into your system for a while and feel its effects? And so that's where these are coming from. And Sydney really hasn't ever thought about anything like that. For her, the tattoos are a very pragmatic thing. They help her do her duty. And so as this goes on and she's discovering this whole sort of tattoo crime circle at her school, it's just kind of an amazing, astonishing, unbelievable thing for her that people would use these to get a high or to get an unfair sports advantage. And so this is the scene where we really start to see these aren't just little suspicions she's had. This is actually a real deal. There's an establishment doing this, and someone is trying to turn a profit off of these illicit activities.